Hey guys, this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be chicken coop tour. So let's get started. So in this video I will be showing you and talking to you a little bit about the chicken coop and also giving you guys a full tour. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, as you guys can see the title of this video is going to be all about a chicken coop tour. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see, this is our shed slash chicken coop. And if you guys are new here, we decided to go out and buy a shed and turn it into a chicken coop. And the reason why we went this way was because if you went online and ordered a chicken coop, it was very expensive and too small for our chickens. We have a total of 16 chickens and it would have been too small for them to live into a regular chicken coop. And plus the price was kind of ridiculous, so we decided to go with a shed, and then we turned the inside into a chicken coop. Now also we decided to maybe go the route of building one from ground up, but that was way too expensive also, so this was actually the best way to go, was buy a shed and turn it into a chicken coop. So if you guys are looking into getting some chickens in the future, or maybe into getting a chicken coop or need a new chicken coop, definitely check out going to a place where they sell sheds and have them deliver it to your house, and then you could turn the inside of it into a shed. And it worked very well, and we're so happy and pleased how it turned out. Now our goal was to finish by the end of May and maybe the first week of June, and we actually finished the Memorial weekend that we had, so it was a couple of days before the end of May. And the chickens are completely moved out of the house and moved into their new chicken coop, and they're absolutely loving it. They have so much room to roam around and spread their wings and do what they have to do. And if you guys can see, they actually are out of the chicken coop right now. We decided to teach them how to roam around the whole yard, and so they were able to just roam around and get some exercise and spread their wings and just explore the whole yard when they need to. And then if they want to go inside of their chicken coop, they can just hop on the little bricks right there, and then they actually go inside of their chicken coop on their own. So let's go ahead and give you guys a full tour and show you everything that I did outside and also inside of it. So the very first thing that we did was try to cover the bottom of the shed. And we didn't want the chickens to get underneath it or any other animals. So we actually just took some fencing that we had left over and wrapped the whole shed all the way around from side to side to back and to front. So that is the first thing that we did. The second thing that we did was there is a window on the back of the shed, and it's just one window, and we have to keep it open completely every day and all night. So we decided to go ahead and cover it with this hardware cloth, and we just bought this at an AC hardware place, and we just nailed it up against the window, and so now we can keep the window open all day long and all night, so they have some airflow going in and out of the window. So that's pretty much what we did with that. And here's what it looks like. And then here is what the back of the shed looks like with the fencing. Now moving on to the next thing was we had to figure out how we can keep the chickens in there and just open the door. So what we did was we got some more fencing that we had left over and just nailed it to one side and then nailed it to the other side, and then we actually made like kind of like a door fence out of it, so we're able to open it when we need to go inside of it and then close it when we want to keep the chickens inside, and just be able to leave the door open. So as you guys can see here, it is kind of open a little bit where the chickens can come in and out, but we have to be careful because the chickens can actually go right through the fencing. As you guys saw, one of the reds actually went right through it. So what we have to do is we have to put a baby gate over that area so they cannot come through back and forth. Now they're kind of small yet, so they can go through the fencing, so we definitely have to keep an eye on them to make sure they do not get out when we're not available to see them. But this is what it looks like. We didn't go all the way up, we just went halfway to where we don't think that they will be able to fly out. So that is the next thing that we did. The next thing we did was paint completely inside of the shed. So we started with the door. So here's what it looks like, and we decided to go with white paint, and this is actually mildew and molding paint that we got from Lowe's, and we actually had to use 3 gallons of paint. It was a lot of paint, and this pretty much took almost a week and maybe a couple of days to actually finish inside of the completely shed. It was kind of ridiculous, but we finished it. This is probably what most took the longest, was actually painting inside of the shed, because the paint was very thick and the wood was actually soaking up the paint a lot. So it was a lot of paint that we had to use. So we decided to paint the door on the inside, so that's what it looks like. And then the door frame and the door area was already actually painted, so we did not have to worry about that. And then, as you guys can see, we completely painted all the way inside the walls, the ceilings, the sides, and even the floors we actually decided to paint, because it would actually help in the long run, so the paint, or I mean the wood, would not get moldy or mildew in the future. So that is the reason why we decided to go with the painting process of the whole shed. Now let's go ahead and show you inside of the shed. So I'm just gonna pull this out so you guys can see. Alright, so this is what we do. We just push it out, and then we'll give you guys a little tour of what is inside of it. So the next thing that we did was buy two 2x4s, and we latched them on each side of the walls, and we did one up in the front and then one a little higher in the back. And this is going to be like the little perches where they can actually jump up there and hang out at nighttime or during the day. If they don't want to be on the bottom of the floor, they can just hop up here and get away from the bottom of the floor. Now the next thing that we did was just took this rope and wrapped around the whole 2x4 completely from first to end of this. We do have to finish a little bit more, but other than that, we pretty much completely finished it, and it looks really nice, and it will help them stay up there so they don't fall over. The next thing we did was put another wood frame right here across, and this is just before we decided to go ahead and put a little bit of different area right here, and we kind of changed our mind and decided just to go ahead and just put all bedding over there. But we decided to keep this wood pallet right here, was because this is for when they can actually jump up there and hang on here, right here, if they want to, especially the smaller ones right now. They are kind of small where they cannot jump this high right now or fly up this high. So we decided to keep this here, and we'll probably just keep it in the future anyway. And they can just hop up here and hang out if they want to, so they can at least get off the ground a little bit if they want to. So that was the next thing that we did. And then the next thing we decided to go with was their nesting boxes. Now we were going to order some on Amazon, but it was kind of expensive. You can get 3 boxes of wood nesting boxes, and they were like $72. And we weren't sure if they were going to fit into like the little slots right here where the wood is. So we didn't want to go that route. So another route was, I was able to get these milk carton crates at my store where I work at, and we were able to get them for free. So I got a total of 10 of them. I got 5 on this side and then 5 on this side. And then all I did was put a lot of bedding inside of it so it could fill up. The only other thing that we have to do is when they get a little older and they start laying eggs, we're going to have to nail them up against the wall so they don't fall over. But right now it's okay because they're still kind of young yet, and it's going to be a while before they start laying some eggs. So that is what that looks like. And the best part, that it was free and I was able to get them from work. So if you guys are actually looking out trying to find some nesting boxes, crates are a really good way to go. And if you can get them from a grocery store, definitely check that out first before ordering them online or even building them. So I liked how they look. They look really nice and they look just different. So that's what we did with that. The next thing we did was we did have these extra wood pieces right here from when we chopped off the trees. And so we decided to keep them, and we turned them into like little higher perches where they can just jump on them and hang out on them and stuff like that. And we decided just to bring them inside, and so they can just have somewhere they can just climb on or go underneath in, or even play on if they want to like chase each other or stuff like that. So that was the next thing that we did. And then the final thing, 2 final things, was we got a whole bunch of this bedding stuff at Tractor Supply, and we just go ahead and just threw it all in here and layered it out. And then they have this whole area where they can just roam and be safe. and also they can poop everywhere where they want to poop, and it will not hurt the bottom of the floor. And there's a lot of this bedding in here. I think it's almost 3 bags of bedding. So it took a while for us to fill it up, but it actually works really well and it works really good. The last thing that we did was picked up some more of their food dishes and water dishes. So we got their food dish over here on this side, and we just filled up their food dish. And then on this side is their 2 water dishes. We got this one at Tractor Supply, and then the other one was from Amazon, and we thought it was this size, but it actually turned out to be the small size. But it works for now, and it works really well. So they have 2 water dishes, and they do have a food dish. I do have another food dish that's pretty much the same size as that water dish right there, and I'm going to eventually put that in here too. But right now, it works really well with the chickens. But that is pretty much what it looks like. So here's what the door area looks like. So they basically just nailed it into the wall right here, so we're able to open up and close it when we need to. So it worked really well, and it looks so nice in here, and we're so happy to pretty much have it completely finished and done with. The only other thing that we need to do is we have a fan right here that we turned on so the air flows in and out, and we did order another fan that comes as batteries, and it's a bigger fan where we can blow in here at nighttime to keep the air circulating throughout the night so they don't get too hot during the nighttime. But that is pretty much the whole tour of the chicken coop. It worked really well, and we're so glad that it's completely finished and done, and it turned out as well as we wanted to, and it really looks really good. So give you a little tour of the ceiling. So here is pretty much everything. So, alright guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!